Today, burials are simple, but ancient cultures took honoring the dead to extremes. From grand Egyptian tombs to shocking discoveries, here are 20 of the most bizarre tombs ever found. Number 20, the Catacombs of Paris. First up, we explore the infamous Catacombs of Paris, a classic example of a unique burial site that has captivated the imagination of many. These catacombs have been featured in countless documentaries and horror films, largely due to their eerie ambiance and historical significance. Established in the 18th century, the catacombs emerged as a solution to a severe public health crisis. By the 1770s, cemeteries in Paris had become overcrowded, leading to unsanitary conditions. In one notorious incident, a cemetery flooded, causing corpses to spill into the streets. This prompted the city to seek a more humane way to handle the deceased. The remains were relocated underground, where they were arranged not as full bodies, but as skeletal remains. This new approach not only solved the immediate problem, but also became one of the city's biggest tourist attractions. Despite the morbid nature of the site, it draws thousands of visitors each year, fascinated by the history and the unique method of handling the dead. Interestingly, only one person has been confirmed to have died in the catacombs since their transformation, leading to speculation about the site's supposed haunting. Number 19, Valley of the Kings. Coming in at number 19 is the Valley of the Kings, a historic burial site located in Egypt that has long captured the imagination of historians and archaeologists alike. Most famous for being the final resting place of King Tutankhamun, the valley served as the burial ground for many significant figures of ancient Egypt for approximately 500 years. The significance of this site extends beyond just its most famous resident. It contains the tombs of numerous pharaohs and nobles, and archaeological digs continue to this day, shedding light on the rich history of this civilization. While one might expect the tombs of kings to be grand and meticulously designed, many of the tombs in the Valley of the Kings were surprisingly modest in size and decor. Even the tomb of King Tut had its own share of unexplained oddities, further intriguing researchers who are eager to unlock the secrets of the past. Number 18, Nubian pyramids. When most people think of pyramids, Egypt is the first place that comes to mind, and for good reason. The Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the world, stands as a symbol of ancient Egyptian achievement. However, Egypt wasn't the only civilization to build pyramids. The Nubian pyramids of Sudan, heavily influenced by Egyptian designs, are equally fascinating, though they came much later. What makes these pyramids particularly unusual is their timing. They were constructed nearly 1,000 years after Egypt had stopped building pyramids, breaking the trend of following contemporary practices. Built over several centuries, the Nubian pyramids served as tombs for kings, queens, and wealthy citizens, using materials like granite and limestone, similar to their Egyptian counterparts. Surprisingly, Sudan's pyramids far outnumber Egypt's. In fact, the Nubians built twice as many, although many were lost due to the destructive actions of an Italian treasure hunter. Even so, the remaining structures, now protected as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, offer a glimpse into the grandeur of Nubian architecture. These pyramids stand as a testament to a unique civilization, with only time and nature left to wear them down. Number 17, Mary Ellis's grave. Here's a story from New Brunswick that blends love, loss, and a touch of the unexpected. Mary Ellis was a woman deeply in love with a sea captain. Before he set off on a voyage, he promised to return, and Mary would stand at a particular spot by the river, waiting for his ship. Eventually, she bought the land where she had waited so faithfully, hoping to always be ready for his return. Whether or not the captain ever came back remains a mystery. When Mary passed away, her family chose to bury her on that very piece of land. Over time, other family members were also laid to rest there. The strange part of the story, however, began when the land was later rezoned. Today, the grave of Mary Ellis still exists, but it's now awkwardly positioned next to a movie theater, bordered by a brick wall. While the decision to preserve her grave was admirable, the current state of the site feels more disrespectful than reverent. Overgrown and tucked away, it hardly honors the memory of a woman with such a poignant story. A simple plaque to tell her tale would go a long way toward giving Mary Ellis the recognition she deserves. Number 16, Tomb of Edward. Coming in at number 16 is the Tomb of Edward, known for its fascinating historical significance. Edward of Woodstock, famously called the Black Prince, was a prominent figure in England's history during the Hundred Years' War. Before his death, Edward displayed remarkable foresight by drafting a will that detailed his burial wishes. His tomb is marked by a stunning sarcophagus crafted to resemble detailed armor, covering his entire body. The realism of the armor suggests that a skilled armorer created it specifically for the prince. This high level of craftsmanship highlights the reverence held for Edward and the importance of his legacy in English history. The tomb of Edward not only serves as a resting place, but also as a testament to the artistry and dedication of those who honored him. Number 15, Inz Clark. At number 15, we have the enigmatic Inz Clark. Very little is known about this individual, who is simply identified by the name on a plaque in Graceland Cemetery in Chicago. What makes this tomb particularly bizarre is the accompanying statue of a young girl holding a parasol encased in a glass enclosure. Adding to the mystery, many people claim that the statue has been seen to move or even disappear from time to time, leaving onlookers perplexed. The supernatural elements associated with this statue create a haunting atmosphere around the tomb, blending the lines between history, legend, and the unknown. This sense of mystery ensures that Inz Clark remains an intriguing figure, inviting curiosity and speculation. Number 14, Florence Irene Ford's grave. Here's a touching story about a little girl named Florence Irene Ford, who tragically passed away at just 10 years old from yellow fever. Her parents were heartbroken, but Florence's mother in particular struggled deeply with her loss. What makes this story truly unique is the way Florence's grave was designed, reflecting the deep bond between mother and daughter. During storms, Florence used to run into her mother's bed for comfort, as the sound of thunder frightened her. Unable to bear the thought of not being able to soothe her daughter anymore, her grieving mother made a heartfelt request. She asked for a special door to be installed beside Florence's grave, leading to a staircase that descended to a small window looking into her daughter's casket. This way, the mother could sit by her side during storms, offering comfort, even if only in spirit. Some may find this gesture unusual, but it speaks volumes about a mother's love and the unbreakable connection she felt with her child. It's a poignant reminder that grief often drives us to extraordinary lengths to stay close to those we've lost. Number 13, Skeleton Lake. Skeleton Lake, located in the Indian Himalayas, is a chilling reminder of nature's deadly grip. Nestled in a remote mountain range, this eerie lake is difficult to access, yet it holds a haunting secret: the remains of over 600 bodies. Each year, more skeletons are discovered, deepening the mysteries surrounding this site. Many of these remains are believed to date back centuries, and various theories speculate about how they met their end, ranging from tragic accidents to catastrophic events. The surrounding area is shrouded in folklore, adding to the lake's enigmatic reputation. Visitors are often warned to tread carefully, as the allure of Skeleton Lake can easily turn sinister. If you're drawn to explore this macabre location, remember, you might just become part of its haunting history, adding your bones to the growing collection. Number 12, the tomb of Elizabeth Demidov. Let's explore the intriguing tomb of Elizabeth Demidov, a Russian countess buried in a renowned Parisian cemetery, one of the most visited in the world. Known for her wealth and eccentric personality, Demidov made an unusual request before her death. She promised a reward of 1 million francs to anyone willing to stay by her tomb for an entire year. Many were tempted by the offer, but the challenge proved too overwhelming. Some participants reported hearing strange, eerie noises, while others claimed the experience drove them to madness. Whether it was the atmosphere of the cemetery or the psychological toll of isolation, no one managed to complete the task. Despite her wish to never be alone in death, the promise remained unfulfilled. However, over time, the cemetery filled with other graves, and Demidov's tomb became surrounded by the departed, giving her some form of company, though no reward was ever given. This unusual tale serves as a fascinating reminder of how far people are willing to go for wealth. Yet it also reflects the strange, sometimes lonely desires that accompany even the wealthiest individuals in life and beyond. Number 11, Dragos Village. Welcome to Dragos Village, a place that may sound unremarkable at first. However, this nickname refers to a hauntingly intriguing location known as the City of the Dead. Here, villagers have historically buried their deceased loved ones along with their belongings, in a valley that stretches for 17 kilometers. This cemetery is home to nearly 100 ancient stone graves, each a testament to the sacredness of the site for those who once lived there. The area is steeped in myth and legend, with tales suggesting that those who venture into this eerie city may never return. Interestingly, Dragos Village has become a hotspot for archaeologists. The ancient graves date back over 400 years, and house relics that provide valuable insights into that time period. Scientists are eager to excavate the site, eager to uncover more treasures from the past. Despite its eerie reputation and the legends surrounding it, Dragos Village proves that the allure of history and discovery often outweighs the fear of the unknown. This juxtaposition highlights a striking reality. In the quest for knowledge, nothing seems to remain sacred anymore. Number 10. Qin Shi Huang. Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of a unified China. Not only did he shape the course of Chinese history, but he also ensured his legacy would remain unforgettable through a grand and mysterious tomb. However, what makes this burial so unusual isn't just its scale, it's what was found inside and how it was discovered. The tomb was stumbled upon by accident, which is surprising for the resting place of such a significant ruler. But the real shock came when archaeologists uncovered the legendary terracotta army. Over 8,000 life-size clay soldiers, chariots, and horses were unearthed, all crafted to protect the emperor in the afterlife. Ancient cultures often buried rulers with items they believed would accompany them into the next world, and Qin Shi Huang's tomb is an extreme example of this tradition. Each soldier was uniquely designed, as if ready to follow their leader into eternity. At the heart of the site lies the emperor's sealed mausoleum, which has remained untouched for centuries. Scientists are hesitant to open it, fearing that exposure could destroy the remains or release unknown dangers, such as toxic substances. Adding to the challenge, any exploration would require permission from the Chinese government. For now, the mysteries of Qin Shi Huang's tomb remain locked away, waiting for the day they can be uncovered, if ever. Number 9. Cyrus the Great's tomb. Cyrus the Great left an undeniable mark on history by founding the First Persian Empire, a powerful dynasty that would shape the ancient world until its fall to the Greeks. Interestingly, the influence of Cyrus's legacy even extended to his resting place. His tomb, a stepped limestone structure crowned with a rectangular chamber, is believed to have been built between 540 and 530 BC. While it stands as a historic monument, there's an unexpected twist. There's no solid proof that Cyrus was ever buried there. Although the tomb bears his name and was even renovated by Alexander the Great during a visit, historical accounts suggest that Cyrus's body might not have been placed inside. Some reports propose that instead of holding the remains of the legendary ruler, the tomb may contain the body of a prophet's mother. Why it continues to carry Cyrus's name rather than hers remains a mystery. Throughout history, the remains of prominent figures have often gone missing, possibly to protect them from desecration or to preserve their legacy. However, the case of Cyrus's tomb adds an extra layer of intrigue to an already fascinating story. Whether or not the tomb holds Cyrus's remains, it stands as a powerful symbol of ancient Persian heritage, though it may leave modern visitors puzzled and perhaps even disapproved by Alexander himself, who would not have expected such a mystery. Number 8. Unan Cemetery. For those with a supernatural outlook, Japan's Unan Cemetery offers a fascinating glimpse into Buddhist beliefs about life, death, and the afterlife. Unlike traditional burial grounds, this cemetery reflects the idea that spirits don't simply move on to another life or body through reincarnation. Instead, they remain connected to the family home, staying close to their loved ones. In line with this belief, the cemetery isn't seen as a resting place for the dead, but rather as a waiting area for spirits. A nearby bridge, known as the Bridge Between Worlds, symbolizes the connection between the spiritual and physical realms, allowing spirits to pass freely. When families visit the graves of their ancestors, they bring more than just flowers or clean the headstones. They also offer snacks, believing that spirits can still get hungry. This practice highlights how deeply ingrained the concept of spiritual presence is in Buddhist culture. At the heart of the cemetery lies a mausoleum dedicated to the founder of Buddhism, surrounded by over 200,000 graves, each placed at the request of families wanting their loved ones close to this sacred site. The customs of Unan Cemetery show the lengths people will go to keep the memory of their family alive, believing that even in death, their loved ones remain by their side. Number 7. Capuchin Crypt. Let's journey to Rome, a city rich in history and one of the most visited places in the world. This sets the stage for the Capuchin Crypt, a small but haunting space featuring several tiny chapels located beneath the Church of Santa Maria della Concezione dei Cappuccini. The crypt is said to house over 3,700 bodies, but these aren't just random remains. They belong to the friars who once served at the church, interred there as part of their religious order. So how do so many bodies fit into such a confined space? The answer lies in their unique display. The skulls and bones of the deceased are arranged on the walls and altars, creating an eerie scene that resembles something out of a horror film. When questioned about this unsettling display, the Catholic Church defends it as a poignant reminder of human mortality. While the concept of mortality is certainly evident in the presence of so many remains, the crypt itself presents a strikingly vivid depiction of death. Visitors often leave with a chilling sense of reflection on life and the inevitability of death, making the Capuchin Crypt a truly unique attraction in Rome. Number 6. Tomb of William Jeff. In modern times, most people opt for either a traditional burial or cremation. But for some in history, neither option felt right, especially those with unusual fears about what might happen to their remains. One such person was William Jeff, a former North Carolina state senator whose dread of being devoured by worms led to one of the most unique burials ever recorded. Back in the day, poorly made coffins could allow worms to creep in, and the thought of his body being feasted on terrified Jeff. Determined to avoid this fate, he came up with a bizarre solution. He would be buried inside a giant boulder. When he passed away in 1845, his father hired a stonemason to carve the enormous rock into a secure casket. The task was anything but simple. It reportedly took over a year to chisel the boulder into shape. In addition to the stone casket, the mason crafted a marble slab with an inscription to honor Jeff's life. Once the painstaking work was complete, Jeff was laid to rest inside the rock, safe from any worms. While his fear might seem excessive, it highlights how deep anxieties can drive people to extraordinary lengths, even in death. Number 5. King Pakal's tomb. At number 5, we delve into the fascinating world of King Pakal's tomb, located in Mexico. This site reflects the rich history of various cultures that have inhabited the region, particularly their fascination with grand pyramids, temples, and elaborate burial sites. King Pakal transformed an entire city into a center of power during his reign. When he passed on to the next life, he was laid to rest in a remarkable and unusual tomb within the Temple of the Inscriptions. His burial included a striking jade mask adorning his face, which is one of the most iconic aspects of his final resting place. The sarcophagus itself features intricate carvings, and a variety of jade artifacts were found surrounding him. In a rather peculiar twist, the tomb also contained markings dusted with mercury, adding an air of mystery to this ancient burial site. This demonstrates that the customs and traditions surrounding death and burial in ancient cultures often reveal unexpected and sometimes bizarre elements. Number 4. Newgrange. Number 4 on our list takes us to Ireland, home to the ancient site of Newgrange. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is a remarkable testament to Neolithic engineering, covering over an acre of land with its impressive kidney-shaped mound. Retained at the base by 97 curbstones, many of which are adorned with intricate megalithic art, Newgrange is not only a burial site but also thought to have served as a temple. What makes Newgrange especially fascinating is its age. It predates iconic monuments like the Great Pyramid of Giza in Stonehenge. Built during the Stone Age, this complex structure was created by a farming community with remarkable skills and knowledge. Its multifaceted design suggests it served various purposes, from burial to astronomical alignment, reflecting the sophisticated understanding of the ancient people who constructed it. Number 3. Sedlec Ossuary. At number 3, we visit the Sedlec Ossuary, a truly unique site located in the Czech Republic. Known colloquially as the Bone Church, this remarkable ossuary is estimated to contain between 40,000 and 70,000 human bones, creatively arranged in artistic displays. The church was adorned with these bones as a means of decoration, transforming them into an unusual yet captivating form of art. Visitors to Sedlec Ossuary are greeted by ornate chandeliers and intricate designs made entirely from skeletal remains, which contribute to the site's reputation as one of the most bizarre places to see in the world. The contrast of artistry and mortality invites reflection on life, death, and the cultural practices surrounding burial. Number 2, Tomb of the Diver. Number 2 on our list is the Tomb of the Diver, a burial site with an intriguing artistic element. Located in a region with a name that is notoriously difficult to pronounce, this tomb stands out due to its striking art. Constructed using 5 slabs, the ceiling features a remarkable depiction of a young boy diving from a tower into a body of water. The significance of this imagery remains a mystery, lending an air of intrigue to the tomb's overall purpose. Unlike many other burial sites that provide extensive details about the deceased, the Tomb of the Diver offers little information about the individual buried within. There are no names or historical records, leaving historians and archaeologists baffled about who this person was and why such an elaborate tomb was dedicated to them. Number 1. Black Granite Sarcophagus. At number 1, we encounter a mysterious black granite sarcophagus discovered in Egypt in 2018. This eerie burial site raised numerous questions due to its size, shape, and the unusual circumstances surrounding it. Unlike typical Egyptian burial practices, this sarcophagus was large and jet black, which stood out among the more traditional materials used in ancient Egyptian tombs. When archaeologists opened the sarcophagus, they were surprised to find not 1, but 3 bodies inside. Additionally, there was a strange substance resembling sewage within the crypt, further deepening the mystery. This discovery defied common burial customs, which typically involved the careful placement of individual bodies. The unusual nature of the sarcophagus and the unexplainable conditions have left experts puzzled as they continue to investigate the identity of those buried within and the reasons for such an extraordinary burial arrangement. In wrapping up our journey through bizarre tombs worldwide, share your thoughts in the comments. Have you visited any? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating content.